Oh Jesus
my
Christ.
God 由法国歌唱家维奥蒂演唱，前卫金属乐队。
Whoa. This bit is nice.
Oh! Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Feature Friday.
Correct. Since we've been checking out Olympic opening ceremonies, what better time than to check out the French one, the Olympics of 2024. Boy, oh boy, have they caused a ton of ruckus. The opening ceremony.
It's been spoken about to left and right from every corner of the world.
Obviously, we're in the Olympic time at the moment. Everyone's competing. Everyone's talking about it. France is very much the topic of discussion at the moment, especially when it comes to both musical performances, the opening ceremonies, and we know Lady Gaga went to perform.
Celine Dion was there.
Celine Dion was there. So I thought, let's review this. Plenty of things to talk about and a ton of references, obviously, in most opening ceremonies. So let's start with Notre Dame de Paris, the opening ceremony.
一个剪影 Wow, how cool. 在天空中隐隐出
That's
现。
Notre Dame, right?
I think so. 巴黎圣母院的塔尖上有个人影，他的头顶
Do keep in
是
mind,
装
guys,
饰塔
that
尖的
there's
小
going to
公
be a
鸡。
ton of
此时
copyright
圣母院的钟声响
restrictions
起
and oh, that's the top of the theater. Oh, do le chalalala.
The imagery is so cool, honestly. The callouts to the paintings, this is
这个
awesome.
瞬间出自于法国文学家雨果的长篇小说《
Victor
法国圣
Hugo's,
母院
right? Yeah.
驼背的敲钟人卡西莫多爱上
Waleska
了
loves Quasimodo. Waleska loves
Falls in love with
the
Esmeralda.
Disney version.
The original is Victor Hugo's one is so
现在
tragic,
不
it
剧手进入
really
到
torn your
沙
heart
特莱
apart.
剧院，这里正在进行音乐剧《悲惨世界》的排练。
That's right.
The Miss.
这部音乐剧
The
的原
Miss
著
and
小
the
说
French
作者也
Revolution.
是雨果，讲述的是发生在法国大革命时期的故事。
The imagery is wild though.
Liberté, liberté.
当火炬手闯入时，正在排练的音乐剧场景，恰好呼应了法国浪漫主义画家 there it is.
啊
罗拉克洛瓦的 There it is.
啊
啊
哦
自由
Liberté.
引导人民。
Delacroix.
Oh my god.
Oh, Jesus
Oh my
Christ.
god.
That's, what's her name?
这里是法国古监
I'm
狱，
told.
Antoinette.
打扮成波旁王朝贵族女性的唱诗班，
Oh my
演唱
god,
着流行于法国大
cool.
革
This
命
is
时期的歌
dope.
曲。
Oh, shut out. 今天我们听到的版本经过了改编，由法国歌唱家维奥蒂演唱，前卫金属乐队。
Yeah, I did hear they had a soprano singer.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, that is absolutely freaking awesome!
Gojira.
This dude's
That's the prison, right? Where she got beheaded or some shit.
correct. This is the Paris prison.
Oh my god, bro. What the f***? Allow it. I don't want to see
This
him.
is so metal though. This is hardcore for real. Well, you have to take into consideration that French history, historically, has been quite rebellious.
I think this is what they wanted to create, right?
Correct.
And shock, in fact.
This is so cool though.
I don't like metal as well.
Awesome. I don't know if this
Fucking
is
look
an
at the
open. Yeah. Again, I'm not sure this is open ceremony worthy, but awesome. Oh, it was pouring down as well. Oh,
Whoa! That banks.
okay, I love
there she
that.
is. That's the girl.
Just, you know,
You know, in every window.
casually. Well, that's literally what starts the French Revolution, the beheading of Marie Antoinette.
在巴黎，人们追求爱情的脚步从来没有放慢过。
This bit is nice.
That is insane! Oh wow! Incredible! That's ridiculous, brother!
Dude, listen to the double pedal. Whoa.
It looks like the prison just spewed blood out of the windows.
Bro, this fucking opening is proper dark though, isn't
It
it?
is.
I hadn't
Look,
seen
it
it.
is.
Everyone's talking about it and stuff, but I hadn't seen it. Fucking hell.
Again, this is what starts the French Revolution, but... Wow! A little dramatic. Very theatrical. Very theatrical. That's what I have to
Well,
say about
it's
that.
the bloody French, isn't it?
Yeah, correct.
They're
it
very
is.
theatrical. I mean, some great pieces of art have
Victor
come.
Hugo.
Jesus. Actually, fucking hell. I didn't know it was going to be that
It's very hardcore.
very intense,
yeah.
isn't it? Jesus.
I genuinely, obviously, picking...
I don't know if I feel good or bad after that.
I have to say though, before we move on, obviously the usual take in history when it comes to the openings for an Olympics is always championing the things that are the best about the country or things that people would consider.
Yeah, like it makes you
the most-
happy after.
yeah,
Like,
the
oh
most-
mate, I learned something new. Like, I feel depressed.
Something that makes you feel proud about the country, right? The patriotism. It's interesting. It's interesting that they have decided to take some of the most dark historical moments in France to highlight in the opening ceremony.
What about the
of the
croissant?
Olympics.
What about the grapes? You know.
What about the city of light,
I don't
Paris?
know.
What about the city of love, being French, the language of love? What happened to that? I thought it was going to be way more romantic, but here we are.
So there is another one. The Knights of the Scene, I guess, or the Syrie. Let's give it a watch.
That's proper epic, though. I like that.
Oh, nice.
That's cool.
Solidarity. That's what it means. I mean, that's not how you say
Means
that, but it means solidarity.
solidarity.
Yeah.
Oh, that is so
一
cool.
名女骑手骑着马奔驰
Female
在
riding
赛
a
道
horse.
上，
I
女
think
骑手身披
Yeah, they
奥林匹
hosted the
克
whole
国
thing
旗
in the river.
如
They
同
did.
象征着奥林匹克精神的使者。
that is so dope.
奥林匹克倡导卓越、尊重和友谊，彼此超越，互相尊重，结下友
I
谊。
like the music, though.
来
The
自
music
全
is
世
really
界的
awesome.
运动员代表相聚在奥运赛场，展现出最好的自己，结下真挚的
It's
友
quite
情。
dark though, isn't it?
It
Everything,
is.
isn't it?
It's very dark.
伴
For
随
the
着女
wings.
骑手穿过塞纳河上的桥梁，和平鸽的翅膀在他身后展
The
现。
wings of peace.
放飞和平鸽是奥运会开幕式的一个传统，象征着和平与希望的和平鸽曾以各种不同的方式
Yeah,
出
but
现在历届
it's
奥运会开
predominantly
幕式
very
的现
dark
场。
from the musicalization
在
to
开幕
the
式上放飞
imagery.
和平鸽的传
Everything has
统，
been
最早可以追溯到
intense,
1920年奥运
to say
会。
the least.
早期奥运会一般放飞真的鸽子，近几届奥运会开始出现了各种各样的
I'm not gonna lie,
不
that
同的
looks
和平鸽
insane.
仪式。
1920.
2022年北京冬奥会开幕式上，小朋友们手
Yeah,
持
Beijing had
和
the
平
first
鸽模型
22 Olympics,
与脚
winter
下的
ones.
星星雪花嬉戏互动的和谐场面，成为历届奥运会开幕式和平鸽展示的经典
Ah,
场面
I
之
didn't
一。
know that.
That is incredible. That's an amazing piece of
这个章节的
engineering.
主题叫做团结。这名骑着马在塞纳河上奔驰的女骑手，不仅是奥林匹克精神的象征，同时也是
Difficult to
巴黎的
work
母
in the
亲
dark,
河
though.
塞纳河的象征。
女骑手身披着五环旗，吸引着全世界爱好体育、爱好和平、热爱奥林匹克的人们，把大家的目光汇集在一起，汇集在塞纳河上，汇集在埃菲尔铁塔脚下，汇集
It's an
在
interesting
巴黎
choice
奥运
to
会
host
，Yeah,
it
but-
in
开
the
幕式的
river,
现
though.
场。
When it's
But
raining.
also, it's like the colours, the theme. There we go.
This is what I was expecting. It's
That's the
a
Jenna
rather,
Bridge,
连接着埃菲尔
yeah,
铁
it's
塔
a
和
rather
开幕式的
abrupt
主场地
change.
特罗卡德罗广场。
Is it me or is it dark as balls?
It
手
is.
持各个代表团的旗帜，
It's all
分别
volunteers,
在
mate.
耶
Yeah.
拿桥上。
在各代表团旗帜的分列仪式中，
Also, this is all
女骑
happening
手
at the same
穿过
time.
耶拿
Okay, I
桥
see you.
把奥林匹克五环旗
So you
带
just
往
cross the
开幕
Jenna
式
Bridge
主会场特罗卡德罗广
to
场。
the Trocadero Gardens.
I love that. cool montage. I like that.
Now, were those musicians live then? That orchestra?
I'm not sure.
Whoa.
This kind of feels like it's gonna start an epic war scene. Not the beginning of the Olympics.
What the? It's the final countdown.
运动员在塞纳河上乘船顺流而下，女骑手骑着马经过一座座桥梁奔驰而来。奥林匹克五环旗伴随着运动员一起到来。
Oh, going all throughout there.
Very good.
Oh!
Oh! Incoming. Not gonna lie, the outfit is freaking sick. It's very epic. It's very, very epic.
Oh, beautiful horse.
Stunning. It's a beast, though. Look how big it is.
Dude, that horse is well fed.
Yeah.
I mean, musically speaking...
Strange. Strange. A little strange.
So ominous.
It really is. And look at everybody. With the flags looking so happy, it's very antagonic.
Okay. It's a brighter melody, I guess.
That's beautiful imagery, though.
Yeah, that's better. That
That's
looks
gorgeous.
cool as hell.
Yeah.
Oh, they're joining all of them.
I like that. That's really cool.
So clear a representation of like unity and friendship and all coming together for this big event.
It's perhaps one of the biggest events in human history, like the Olympics and how it's recurrent.
It always is.
It's amazing. I find that so awesome.
That's gorgeous there at the back. of the
Yeah.
Eiffel Tower.
The lighting, everything about this is awesome. This procession is really cool.
I mean, it's interesting because I kid you not, mate. The music,
It's very strange.
and it never had a climax of elation. It only ever led to even darker chord progressions.
Or like it's like a reminiscent. It had a feeling of we look forward to the future, but we're uncertain, and it's the uncertainty. It's kind of it's a really
it was
strange.
eerie,
undertone.
man. Like
yeah,
this fucking thing was eerie.
very dark in its essence.
So let's perhaps hear from the man himself.
How does it end?
That's it.
That's the ending
Yeah.
with that song in the background.
Yep. Yeah, dude.
That's how we end.
Yeah, it feels like kind of
Like the end of a very sad war.
I know, crazy, isn't it?
Why is it so?
So the female knight on the silver mechanical horse galloping across the scene, I think that's how you pronounce that, refers to the French legend Joan of Arc.
Yeah. I had a feeling that would be a reference.
So, fucking hell. This is the first time in history of the Olympic Games that the opening celebration was not to be held in a stadium.
Yeah, I noticed that as well.
And the French director, so the man responsible for this, was Thomas Joly, serving as the artistic of the opening ceremony. And then France's rivers, landmarks, bridges, they formed their whole natural stage. They sort of went for that look that time. This opening ceremony wanted to break the norm, full of controversy, polarized evaluations, if you like. I mean, there was like because this wasn't everything, like there were more things. Like we did see the videos, obviously, because it was impossible to get off the internet, of like the pictures, you know, when they're like recreating the Last Supper and stuff like that. And then
The performers were incredibly controversial. People really had a lot to say about that specific scene.
Yeah,
here
yeah.
in the West.
I mean, even from the beginning, where like the beheading of Queen
Marie Antoinette.
Yeah, Marie. That was like people thought that glorified violence or like maybe too shocking and whatever. Because kids are watching this, and this is one of those shows where it's like it is. I don't know. It just seemed dark as hell. And then obviously the feast. They go in the feast, right? They depicted the Greek gods drinking and revealing in a scene that resembled a bit. Well, not resembled. I thought that's what it was, because when we saw it, Leonardo da Vinci's, The Last Supper. And then there was like drag going on, and then things that wanted to create controversy, conversation. This is what a lot of French artists do, and very obviously what what's his name, Thomas Joly, wanted to achieve.
Again, I think people have lost a little bit of like, maybe because there hadn't been a very big spotlight lately globally on French artists in modern times, but I think,
especially in the visual arts.
Yeah, in visual arts, I believe that French artists, that just being here in Europe, they have always been known for being a little pushing the edge.
That's
and
what
being,
they do.
Exactly, really challenging.
Not to be
the audience.
stereotypical, but that is the norm, like in terms of visual artists, or at least the style that they have been known for.
Yeah, I think obviously the idea is to create a challenge, to create some sort of resistance within the audience, create the topic of conversation, and maybe bring to light some of the most uncomfortable things that France have been known for. It's a very I think courageous take to decide the opening ceremony of the Olympics, something that is so family oriented, something that is so looked after, to bring some of the most tragic elements of history to light. But again, I think it's down to individual interpretation at the end of the day, and that's art.
Yeah, because you had also the more commercial side of it, which was like Zinedine Zidane, the football star.
Yep.
That was way brighter. Obviously, you had like
Gaga.
Lady Gaga do her thing, a bunch of pink. You had big TikTok stars and people that people know, I guess. Then he goes quite dark, I guess. Then he goes bright again, and you have the revelation of the teams, and like obviously Great Britain like played a big part. The Minions were part of it, so there was some sense of like
celebration and opening.
Yeah. Then there was like the whole runway stuff that they did, because again, France and fashion is ginormous. You had more dance, and then it ended like that.
Joan of Arc.
Yeah, and then obviously the passing of the torch. That was Nadal and Serena Williams.
That's so cool. I love that.
Which
Snoop Dogg was there as well.
Snoop Dogg was there as well. Obviously Celine Dion, she seemed to be the later part where she sings. Lady Gaga seemed to be the opening. So yeah, there seemed to be
an up and down sort of like
correct.
Dynamic to
but
it
if
all.
you look at the comment section here in the West, like some of the comments, on a positive note, did it eventually come to an end?
Oh.
On a positive side, I'm glad my favorite show is gonna be on after this. My telly turned itself off. It wasn't that well received in terms of comments.
I think a lot of people had very antagonic things to
mate.
say about this open ceremony. But again, because I think such an artistic perspective, maybe perhaps this was the whole intent.
I don't know. I feel so artistic. I don't know, mate. I'm confused. I'm not, but it is.
Challenge
But
for
it is.
sure.
But it is interesting. But it's also because if you look at the previous ones, right? If you look at previous opening ceremonies, they've been historical, things that have never been done in the past.
Correct.
Obviously,
Yes.
we looked at the Beijing thing. What the? That was
insane. And the whole manpower situation element of that.
Brazil's class because of
Amazing.
obviously the whole carnival aspect of things. London's one was class.
That was so cool. You had the Queen jump out of a freaking plane. Awesome.
But these are historical things. It should have felt like the Super Bowl in the US. It should have like the Beijing Olympics in 2008. And it just, I don't know, mate. I don't know what to think. And I think at the end of the day, like I always say, is you guys, because we're the ones watching, right? So you're the ones that say whether it was good or not. So let us know in the comment section below what you thought about it, and perhaps what has been your most favorite moment out of the Olympics at the moment, and also what has been your favorite opening ceremony ever.
All
Goodbye.